The capacity of reproduce is one of the most important characteristics of the living beings. The capacity to reproduce is the one of the most important characteristics of the living beings. Reproduction is a process of offspring aimed to preserve the individual species. This process is known for self-perpetuation. There are several modes of reproduction which vary from species to species in available conditions. For example, in lower plants, this reproduction takes place by division of cell, while in higher animals, they are fully developed sex organs. However, in higher plants, they may be sexual and asexual. In asexual reproduction, there is no involvement of the sex organs, whereas in sexual reproduction, sex organs are involved. Reproduction takes place by means of asexual methods or vegetative methods, while in sexual reproduction, sex organs are involved, for example, pistil and stamen. In lower animals, asexual reproduction takes place by means of asexual or vegetative methods, for example, budding, while in sexual reproduction, fusion of male and female gametes are involved. Generally, sexual organs called as pistil and stamen, respectively in angiosperms. In liverworts or mosses, they are called as archegonium and antheridium. In certain cases, other modes of reproduction also can be seen: parthenogenesis, sporophytic budding, and polyembryony. Flower is a highly specialized reproductive shoot. Each typical flower consists of four distinct types of members arranged in four separate but closely set whorls, one on the top of other, one above the other, the top of a long or short stalk. The lower two whorls are called accessory and the upper two whorls are essential whorls, because these two whorls are concerned to the reproductive system. The essential whorls consist of two kinds of sporophylls. Microsporophylls is known as the stamens, megasporophylls is known as carpels. Both kinds of sporophylls are present in one flower, that is called as hermaphrodites, whereas only one present, that is called as unisexual flower. Androecium, this is the male whorl of the flower. It consists of stamens or microsporophyll which are regarded as male organ of the flower. Each stamen has three parts, which is filament, anther and connective. The anther filament is a slender stalk of the stamen, and the anther is the expanded head bone by the filament at its tops. Each consists of two lobes connected together by a sort of midrib. The connective pollen sacs, these are filled with the pollen grains. They are produced in the large quantities. Gynoecium, this is the female whorl. Its component parts are known as carpels or megasporophylls. The gynoecium consists of ovary, style and stigma. The swollen basal part of the gynoecium, known as, which forms one or two chambers, is known as ovary. The small rounded portion of the top of the ovary is known as stigma. The ovary contains one or more little roundish egg-like bodies which are rudiments of the seeds, are known as ovules. Each ovule encloses a large oval cell is known as embryo sac. On maturation, Ovary gives rise to fruit and ovaries gives rise to seeds. Xenogamy. In this type, the pollination takes place between the two different plants of same species. Zetenogamy. In this type of pollination, in this type, pollination takes place between the flowers developed on the same plant. Next, third one is hydrism. In this type, in the such a pollination takes place between the two different plants, two different flowers of different plants. Such a pollination takes place between two flowers of two different plants, the allied species, or even in allied genera. In certain cases, even hermaphrodite flowers, self pollination does not take place. This happened because heterostyle, example in primula. Dichogamy. In this, male and female flowers attend at different times. Dichogamy takes place in impatiens. Hercogamy, the structure of male and female organs, act as a barrier for the self pollination. Sterility. In Petunia axillaris, we can found, as mentioned, pollination is of two types. One is self pollination, autogamy, cross pollination, allogamy. As of now, we are going to see the floral parts of the hibiscus, which are belongs to the Malvaceae. First and foremost, after stalk, we can see the epicalyx. Epicalyx generally 6 to 10 will be, and then calyx. Calyx are all together green in color, no? So they are called as gamopetally. Next to calyx, corolla will be, they are polypetal because all petals are separate, no? From the center, we can see the one tube-like structure arising, which are white in color, and yellowish to powder-like structures are with the stalks attached, no? These are nothing but male whorls, which are called as stamens in generally. At the end of this tube, this is called as stigma. In the down, as we are going down, the style and base, bulged base is known as ovary. These three parts are called carpel. Epicalyx is after calyx. We can find that 6 to 10, no? That is also arranged in the world, first world. This is actually, but we cannot consider. This is exception to the Malvaceae only. Calyx altogether form as a cup-like structure. As we are gonna to petals, we can see the when we take out all these, all are polypetal, means separately arranged. Everything is separate one to another. Find it 5 petals generally. Eventually, we can observe that one tube-like structure arising from the ovary. This base is called ovary. Then it is, when we are cutting, that is style. At the end, a lobe-like structure we can find it. That is called stigma. In some species, they are all together. Here, they are splitted 5 parts. Here we can be observed that they are splitted the 5 parts. Now at the end of the carpel. When we come to the stamens, it is all together like bunch like structure, means bundle like structure, that is called monodelphous. Known thing about this flower, this is called calling as a shoe flower. In olden days, they were used as shoe polish substance. Their bracts means 6 to 10, complete, bisexual. K means calyx, 5 together, and corolla, they are separate. Androecium means stamens, numerous, no? And gynoecium, superior and compound, splitted stigma. If we cut any plane, we will get the equal 2 parts. Complete, 4 whorls will be, no?